morning, Lompoc.
Good morning, Lompoc. So good to see you. Or actually, I hope you're there. We don't see you. We just see
our faces, which isn't always fun. So
it's another Friday.
Yes. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are all hanging in there as much as possible and staying well and finding some sanity throughout the week. So
easier said than done sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. We have a really fun show today. Lots of local stuff happening this week. So that was really fun to put together. A little bit later, we're going to talk to Laura Garcia from Garcia Dance Studio here in Lompoc, who just announced recently, a few weeks ago, Lompoc's very first Spirit of Fiesta. That's Alena Velasco, sorry.
It's going to be an incredible interview. Michelle, you did an amazing job of editing.
Thank you.
And
super last minute.
This is, so Lompoc, Spirit of Fiesta, that's a Santa Barbara thing. This is an incredibly world-class, well-known thing. And this is the first time in like 71 plus years that Lompoc's actually won.
They started this in 1949, and this is the first year we have a winner from Lompoc.
Yeah, it's incredible.
From the Lompoc Dance Studio. So we're super excited about that. And they're really, really awesome. We're also going to be chatting with Miss Alaia. She's got some fun facts for this Friday. And then Brad is bringing his skills only Brad can do. And he's whipping up a really good cocktail. And then we have Anthony Salazar and friends.
Fresh music from Anthony Salazar is going to be at the end of this show. So if you're fans of local, talented, incredibly talented music, this is going to shock you. We are so talented in this town. So stay tuned. Tell your friends. Don't forget, you could help us. There's lots of people watching, but we always appreciate when you share or invite some friends, and you can do that while we're live too, so people can enjoy it.
So just to get started, just to make sure everybody takes a deep breath, including me, because I got up a little early this morning. I'm a little over caffeinated.
Sorry about that.
But we wanted to show you this turtle. Jeremy thought this was a really cute turtle, and it kind of feels like how we all feel right now, where we're just kind of floating.
Life is good. Life is good.
Yes, so we just need to float and kind of hang in there as much as
possible.
And then someday we'll come up for air very soon. So, oh gosh, it is a little bit like
that
drowning.
Was by Clark Little. I forgot to put his name on that. He's a famous photographer and videographer, and I think out of Hawaii. Anyway, look up Clark Little, Little. Pretty awesome.
So, Jeremy, you have a little bit of news. Nothing's really been going on for you, right? You haven't been very busy.
Just hanging out at home, polishing my shoes.
All right, Jeremy's going to make a little announcement.
So this is the only time that I'm going to say this, except for maybe at the end of the show for those that haven't plugged in. But as a lot of you are aware, I am running for city council here in Lompoc in District 4. The reason I'm doing so is I love this town. I think that we can do a lot of really great things, and I know the next few years are going to be challenging. So anyway, I'm excited to talk about things that matter to people here in town. But the idea is to keep this politics, or the political side of things, separate from Good Morning Lompoc. So again, we are keeping it separate. If you know me, I'll talk to anyone of any background and any political viewpoint. We've done so on this show. So we do want to keep it separate. If you're interested in what I have to say, then you can go to jeremyforlompoc.com. But yeah, that's happening. So anyway, that's it about that. If you want to learn more, let's talk separately about that.
Yes. We might make one more just quick announcement at the very end about it, just to make sure that everybody who comes on a little bit later saw that. But yeah, we want to keep politics totally separate, and Jeremy can go on and on and on, and it's really, really boring.
That's true. I apologize.
So anyways, what's next? We have, speaking of running,
tell me.
Speaking of running for office this year This is...
How cool is this, folks? So there are 3 openings on the school board this year, and first person to throw their hat in the ring is Alexander Murkison. He is 19 years old, and he was the class president at Lompoc High School. I am just so excited that young people are getting involved and are going to be running. So if we can, we're going to try to reach out to him next week and see if we can interview him and hear his backstory. He was motivated from a really close friend's unfortunate suicide. Alexander is really concerned about mental health and counseling that happens in the high schools or in our schools in general. and the ratio of counselors to students, which is very important as kids are dealing with mental health issues. So I'm just very excited that he's running. I can't wait to talk to him and learn a little bit more about what he's doing.
Did you already say what he said?
There's a couple quotes that just so impressed. I've always believed in the ideology that a young person should be involved in decisions that directly impact young people.
I mean,
that just makes sense to me, he says. One more thing. He said,
right?
When we live in a town where the majority of the students in the schools are people of color, it's interesting to see how there is no diversity on the board. With 3 seats being available this year, I just thought it's a great opportunity to try to make that change and bring in a different mindset than has been on the board for so long.
That's super awesome.
I am just thrilled.
Yeah.
This is great.
We're super excited for you.
Yeah. And so for all of you that haven't been paying attention, look at the school board. That's an important area of some focus for
important.
Sure. We need all the help that we can get here.
Absolutely.
So very exciting.
So
congratulations, Alexander.
Yes.
Also known as Alex. So.
Right. So also happening this weekend, we have a couple fun things. So Route 1 Farmers Market, they are celebrating. Route 1 Farmers Market is National Farmers Market Week. So that's a really fun thing. Let's see. Hold on one second. So they're going to have some music there. They're going to have a food truck there. They're going to have the market match, which is awesome. So if you are using EBT, which was previously known as food stamps, it's a $10 match. So if you spend $10, they give you another $10 to spend at the market. So
and exciting news this Sunday, they're going to obviously do social distancing, but in the grassy area that's kind of right next to that, Jacob Cole, our famous Jacob Cole from our show, music director, is going to be playing live. Yes. So you can bring a blanket, spread out a little bit, and enjoy some music, hopefully on a warm summer Sunday afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also our friends Vicky and Ann, they wanted to let us know that the Cypress Gallery is reopening this weekend. So they have a quick little announcement about that.
We're really excited to announce that the Cypress Gallery is going to be reopening this coming weekend. Cypress Gallery is run by the Lompoc Valley Art Association in Old Town Lompoc, right across Cypress Avenue from the museum. The gallery will be open Saturday and Sunday to start with now, with all the social distancing. We have a lot of great artwork in there. The featured artist this month is Christine Jessic, who does incredible acrylic pours that she paints back into and creates marvelous compositions.
So stop in this weekend if you guys have time and want to see some great local art. I believe they're only letting 3 people into the gallery at a time, just because it is small.
I'll let you in first, Michelle.
So you could even bring a picnic and sit outside in that little grassy area out front and then pop on in and check it out. So that's pretty cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
We can't wait.
Then also in the news, this week or was last week, Claudia Terrones.
Yes.
She is super cool.
Amazing. So Claudia Terrones, a lot of you know her. She is the, she's the sports director or the athletic director at Lompoc High School. And she is also the coach of girls basketball and track. And she came up with an idea. She wanted to start running to keep her students inspired. So a couple days before some important games and some sporting events were scheduled to happen, they had to shut everything down. So she committed to run 360 miles. I think she's running roughly 5 miles a day. She's up to 75 miles so far. And it's just so inspirational. She said, the biggest reason I'm doing this is because I identify with our athletes from a mental perspective. This has been hard. I'm going to do everything to give them this message. We haven't forgotten you. So anyway, her daughter, Tara, who's 12, helps select a quote every day, and they post about it, I believe, on the Lompoc High School Facebook page and Instagram. But yeah, incredible people here in town doing really incredible
cool
things. So
and she had a quick
inspiring.
little message, right?
Good morning, Lompoc High Athletics. Today's 5-mile run was in honor of DeVille Dickerson, football, basketball, track. Mallory Branham, cross-country, basketball, track. Nick Hall, football, basketball, track. Lauren Jansen, cross-country, soccer, softball, and Jenny Gonzalez, cheer, water polo, and swim. I haven't forgotten you guys. I'll continue to work. We got this, Lompoc.
We got this, Lompoc.
We have really, really awesome people in this town.
Yes.
Have you not figured that out yet?
If you haven't been watching enough. Watch
We're going
more.
to try to speak with Claudia next week and maybe try to keep up with her on a run. And then just get to know her a little bit more. And what
I'll probably
inspires her.
wave because I'm so slow. So I started running. This wasn't supposed to be on the show, but I started trying to run, and I have this app.
It's running. It's running.
And I was running, and it kept telling me, "You are below target. Go try smaller steps. Go increase speed." And I'm
You are
like,
going too slow.
I was like I haven't thought of that. Anyway, so
You did a great job.
If
I'm
you
very
have
proud
any
of you.
tips, like giving me some bigger lungs, that would be helpful. I'd appreciate
I think
that.
practice makes perfect in that regard.
I don't want to do it too much. Okay. Also, Jamaica Horton brought this to our attention. Anna Lynn, she's a local teacher here.
She is a special education teacher, I believe, at Lompoc Valley Middle School.
And she has a cool little video too. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Should I play that first?
I think so. Well, let's see. Just to give you guys context, she is one of 3 people in the entire nation that is up for $25,000 award. So I'm going to post in the comments the link to this. So everyone in Lompoc, we need to go vote for Anna Lynn. The Mayflower Moving Company, which is a big national company, made a video about her. So courtesy of them, we're going to play that so you get a little of her backstory. It's very inspiring.
I love my students. There is never a boring day in my job. Just watching my students light up and educate other students. That's one of the reasons why I do what I do. I became a teacher because my siblings were all special needs of different varieties, and I became really good at knowing what to do and how to work with special needs students. So when I started teaching at the middle school here, I actually took my kids outside to do a mindfulness break where we just sit outside and, think about things, and I realized there's not really anywhere that I can take them out. It looks like a concrete jungle. And so I decided I think we should start a gardening club. 83% of my students are food insecure. And so knowing that I am teaching them where they can grow their own food and start seedlings to take home, just knowing that I know that they're going to have food really makes me feel good, because it's something I worry about all the time with them. The first thing I'm going to do is get started on the greenhouse and get that fixed. The second thing I'm going to do is to better educate myself, so that way I know how to educate them. And the third thing I'm going to do is start the planter beds and getting all of the things around campus situated. I would like to make the campus somewhere that the students desire to be, something that they are proud of. And I'm hoping that the Kindness Challenge spreads, and eventually every campus will have gardens. Every campus will realize that students do well in different places, and being outdoors will change how they're going to grow.
That was really cool. I
Pretty
think
inspiring.
we should all have gardens at school and all learn how to garden at school, because that was an important life skill that I never learned, and I still haven't. I'm still not doing very well at it.
So I just posted the link in comments. It's very simple. You click on there. There's 3 choices. You just vote for her. I think you can do it once a day.
Yes.
So anyway, we'll wish her all the luck, and hopefully we'll get a
Yes.
chance to talk to her down the road, especially if she's successful.
Yes,
Fingers crossed.
Absolutely. And then speaking of food and food insecure, Grocery Outlet, this is the last day of their fundraiser, Independence from Hunger. We've been talking about it a lot. Their goal was to raise $20,000 for the Lompoc Food Pantry. All that food stays in Lompoc and goes directly to Lompoc families, and they serve about a third of the Lompoc community, which is just crazy to think about.
Now, I have to throw out that a year ago, they had a goal of raising $13,000. That's all I want to say. Go ahead.
Yep. So they have raised, we have drum roll. Keep doing the drum. Drum. Almost $32,000. That is amazing. Their goal was $20,000. They blew away that goal.
That is
and now
incredible.
they're almost at $32,000. So
That is crazy.
I thought that was awesome. I'm so excited.
100% of the money stays right here in Lompoc.
Yep.
Super big shout out to Alex and Aaron Crocker.
Congratulations, guys.
That's pretty cool. So the last day, if you haven't given yet and you're like, I want to be a part, you have to run down to Grocery Outlet today by end of business.
If you don't like even numbers and you just want it to be an odd number, like you want to see the number be a certain way, you can manipulate the system a little bit and just keep giving a little bit more. So,
and if you want to match the $30,000+, that would be amazing as well. So a few of you out there might have the opportunity to, never mind. We'll talk about that later.
We always try to do a little bit of history, so I'm going to let Alaia get that started for us. Thank you so much, Miss Alaia, our junior anchor.
Good morning, Lompoc. This is Alaia with Fun Fact Friday! Today's theme is one of my favorite dogs, the Great Pyrenees dog breed. The Great Pyrenees is a large, thick-coated, nurturing dog whose goal in life is to guard everything, including children like me. For you Hamilton fans, it was the Marquis de Lafayette who brought the first Great Pyrenees to the United States in 1824. Shadow's Fun, where we got Lola, was started in honor of Shadow, a senior dog. We recommend adopting. Make sure to adopt a dog because they are cute, playful, and love to cuddle. And next week's theme is camping! That's all for Fun Fact Friday.
Oh, I clicked too fast. Oh, she was just walking the dog at the end. She's so cute.
How is she already smarter than me?
Because it's not that hard.
Oh, well,
I shouldn't be talking about him anymore, huh? Because he's running and I have to be careful and I don't want the word to get out that I'm so much smarter and stuff. But, I can help him, so.
Just know that, in my corner is the incredibly smart Michelle Lee Ball.
Yes, yes. So thank you so much, Miss Alaia. That was really fascinating. I had no idea about the Great Pyrenees and where they came from. And Lola is a beautiful dog. So check out Shadow's Fun.
Learn about camping next week.
Yes, but check out Shadow's Fun if you're looking to bring a little furry creature into your life, to get a little bit more love and snuggles. Consider them and always consider adopting first.
Yeah, big shout out to Shadow's Fun. They've been around. I know, but they've been around for a couple of years, and still a lot of people don't know how incredible this operation is, and that they're taking a lot of even pit bulls that get misunderstood, not necessarily raised in a proper fashion, and they help them recover, and they're just an amazing, thoughtful, charitable group. So
we'll have
eventually,
to hopefully chat with them in the future.
Yeah,
right?
we'd love to go out there and learn a little bit more about that. Share that with you guys.
All right, and you dug into some Lompoc history.
Yeah, just
right?
some random things. Somebody from the let's see, where are you going here?
Diatomaceous earth mining in San Miguelito Canyon.
Yeah, so check this out. The Lompoc Valley Historical Society posted this. I think Mr. Schuyler posted this, but a photo from 1890 of diatomaceous earth mining here in Miguelito Canyon, out kind of where Sea Light is now, if that's what they call it, or Emery. I think that's what it may be called. But yeah, history here of mining diatomaceous earth. Pretty interesting.
And then there was that.
And then going down the rabbit hole
too,
of mining, there was a limestone quarry here in the early 1900s. I found these old photos. I'm just going down the rabbit hole. But yeah, 6 miles southwest of Lompoc. They're a lime quarry, and it said there was 12 people that would work that. And over the course of, I think, oh my gosh, did I have this lined up? Over the course, over the course of 8 months, they would produce approximately 6,000 tons. 6,000 tons a year is what it came down to. And then over 90,000 tons had been shipped to a factory on Betaravia, which is in Santa Maria. And that was the Union Sugar Company. I never even heard of that before. So anyway,
Super
that's
random.
Pretty interesting.
Some interesting Lompoc facts.
Yeah.
And then last week, if you remember, we showed off some historical stuff and space, and we had Buzz Aldrin's boot print as one of the things that we talked about because that happened on this day in history. And then one of our viewers, Moksha, she used to be the director of the Endeavor Center on Vandenberg Air Force Base, and she shared some interesting stuff with us. She got to meet Buzz Aldrin back in 2007.
Jealous.
Here's a pic that she took. Oh, well, that was the boot print, so I'll get back to that in a second. But that's Buzz Aldrin, that she got to take a picture of him. And I might not be able to get that boot print back because I kind of messed myself up here. But that boot print, I thought that had happened. That was one of the first steps that was taken. And it turns out that it was actually one of their last steps when they were leaving. But Time Magazine liked it being the first step better. But she also mentioned that the ridged footprint was made by the outer shoe coverings that they only wore on the moon. And that was to decrease dust. They took those off before they left, and disbelievers who think we never went to the moon, they point out that their shoes were actually smooth, and that's why this all must be a hoax.
Is the moon flat?
They also like to point out that supposedly the lunar rocks looked like Earth rocks, which are volcanic basalts. So they must be fake too. So she cleared this up. She's a geologist and scientist and just super smart lady. So we know that the moon is actually a remnant from a planetary collision with a Mars-sized neighbor named Theia. When Theia impacted Earth, they remelted and combined with it. But a chunk of the outermost lighter molten rock spun off and formed into the moon. Thus, the moon is made of some of the same material as Earth. If it was completely different, we might suspect that our moon was actually a captured asteroid like Phobos and Deimos, the moons of Mars.
Phobos and Deimos, yeah.
I thought that was super interesting. So thank you so much, Moshe, for sharing that with us. And she's got a lot of interesting knowledge about geology in the local area. So we hope that we get to chat with her soon and
she's maybe going to take us on
some
a
hiking.
Hike and maybe check out some, what do they call it? Some digs? And,
yeah.
Just learn a little bit more about geology and what happened when the sea was here and all kinds of interesting things. Yeah.
So our big segment today is on Laura Garcia.
Raise your hand.
Laura Garcia. Hold on. And Alena Velasco. You got to let me finish my statement.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Alena Velasco just won the Spirit of Fiesta this year. So a first for Lompoc. So we got a chance to chat with both of them a few days ago. And what were you going to say? Now you have the floor.
Permission to speak.
Okay, go ahead. Granted.
So raise your hand if you've, first of all, heard of Garcia Dance Studio. They've been around for almost 25 years now. In almost every parade that ever happens, Garcia Dance Studio is being represented. And I got to see them up close and personal a little bit during when I was a part of Dance Lompoc, because they would come and do some performances there with the students, and that was pretty awesome. So again, thank you to Laura for making time for us to come and interview her.
And thank you so much to Alena, because I know you're super busy now. So here we go. Thank you.
My name is Laura Garcia. I'm the owner and director of the Garcia Dance Studio, and I've been in Lompoc for over 22 years now. We've grown from 5 students in my garage in 1997 to over 200 students here today now in downtown Lompoc. Alena came to me when she was about 3 or 4, and just watching her grow for the last, from the age of 3 or 4 all the way till the age of 9, I thought this little girl has something. She's got a spark. There's something about her. And I do see kids that have that and never miss classes and come on time and are prepared. And these are the ones that I say, maybe we should, have you audition.
Hi, my name is Alena Velasco. I'm 18 years old and I'm the 2020 Spirit of Fiesta. I really got into dance when Laura told me that I should try out for Junior Spirits. So there's Junior Spirits as well as Senior Spirits. And I said, okay, I'll just try it out. And I did it and I loved it. And I didn't win, but it was still fun. And yeah, it just kind of sparked my joy for dance.
And from then she just kept growing and growing and growing. And when she was 16, said she wanted to try out for Spirit. And I'm saying, these are the big ones now. You're going in against a lot of girls.
So the preliminary auditions were in January and I auditioned. And then COVID happened. We were all out of school and we didn't really understand what was happening. We didn't know if we were actually gonna have tryouts. And one day, my mom came to me and she said, we're gonna have a meeting on Sunday for Old Spanish Days for the spirits, for the contestants. And I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds fun. Then we were walking towards the Arlington Theater and I was a little confused. I walk and then I turn the corner and then there's the Presidente and his wife with the sash, and he goes, congratulations, you're the 2020 Spirit of Fiesta, and I'm just like in shock. And then I walk out, and on the front of the marquee is my name that says Alena Velasco, 2020 Spirit of Fiesta, and I was just like, this is crazy. So
it was a dream. It was a dream come true. It literally shocked me. I think I'm still shocked. I'm still shocked to this day to see that we have a Spirit of Fiesta. Lompoc finally has a Spirit of Fiesta, and I could not be more proud.
So being selected as a Spirit and being recognized and having my studio recognized is very special to me and very important, and just shows that people from my studio can bring just as much positivity as someone else in Santa Barbara.
It was a shock, but it's a good shock, and I think Lompoc is really adapting to it well, and we go out and have lunch and people in Lompoc are stopping and there's the Spirit, so yeah, she's gonna be around.
So far, we're just trying to do as much as we can virtually and put out as much as we can on social media. I dance a little bit here and there, but I try not to think about how horrible everything is and how sad it was that I couldn't have a live performance or I couldn't have a group of people, because I'll perform for anyone. I don't care if it's 3 or 3,000 people, I'll do whatever.
So between May and September is when we are the most busiest. And when we were shut down in March, we went to Zoom. We had little notice to go straight to Zoom. So we had 200 students in March, all of them on Zoom. So that was a lot. There's 15 kids on the screen, and we're trying to make sure that all the kids are doing the right moves and not getting hurt and trying to get the choreography perfect. But at the end of the day, they want to know, what is the choreography for? What are we doing all this for? We've been taking classes since September. We're now on Zoom starting in March, and now here we are July, and why are we still doing it? So we did take a hit. We had students that unfortunately didn't want to continue dancing because of the fact that there's no shows, and why pay lessons for no performances. But the ones that stuck around they mean everything to me, because I know that they are the most dedicated, serious ones, and we are going to be performing all these dances, and I'm hoping to have a really successful fall season. And even if it is virtual, we'll still do it in the studio. We'll have classes, we'll do inside recitals and more.
I'm definitely uncertain about a lot of things, about if I'm gonna start my college classes soon, if I'm gonna get a job, if I'm gonna move out, if I can get my license soon. There's a lot of uncertainty because of COVID and all of this, but this is the one thing that I know I have, and I know I can promote and show people that it's something that I love, and that's what I'm really happy about, that I have this as like my foundation, because dance has always been my foundation, but especially for these hard times, it's even better.
I love our city, and I think that if it wasn't for the people of our city, I wouldn't be the studio we are today, and I am today, and I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful for the people of Lompoc that have shared in their hearts that they want to learn how to dance and spread the joy, just like Alena does. When you're dancing, even if I have a 90-year-old student. My dad dances, he's 94. I have a 2-year-old student that dances. The age, when they go out there and see one person smile, their hearts are full.
You guys are super awesome. So inspiring.
Yes.
So many amazing people in Lompoc.
If you missed it, for the first time ever in 71 plus years, Lompoc has the Spirit of Fiesta. That's a lot of pride that we should have, Laura. So congratulations again to both Laura and Alena.
Yes, so exciting.
That's just incredible.
Yeah, and Alena found out, I guess she tried out back in January, and she didn't find out until June, and her mom kind of pulled one over on her, took her down to Santa Barbara, and that's how tricked her a little bit. So I forgot to mention earlier, Laura Garcia, she grew up in Santa Barbara, and she moved to Lompoc back in 97, but she was the 1986 Spirit of Fiesta, and her daughter Marissa was the 2003 Junior Spirit of Fiesta. So a lot of talent there, that's for sure.
Pretty incredible. Yeah.
So we had a chance to talk to Brad. Brad wanted to put something together, right? We kind of snuck in on him. Actually, it was a little awkward. But was. So let's check in with Brad here next.
Sorry, guys. Oh my goodness, I did not see you there. My apologies. Brad, my favorite bartender out of a job, hanging out here eating grapes. It's not much else to do these days. Life still keeps giving us lemons. We're gonna put some of that in the drink we're about to make. But grapes can actually be really delicious. And these are Concord grapes that I purchased at the Route 1 Farmers Market. And these are actually really bright and acidic and just make you pucker a little bit. So those should be delicious, muddled in a cocktail. We're gonna put a little mint in this cocktail, maybe a little bit of vodka. And we're gonna top it off with just a little bit of sparkling water, the fresh kind that we make here. Or if we're gonna be fancy, we might even add a little bit of kombucha. Michelle likes to make. Okay, well, now that you're here and it's awkward, let's get started. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are vertical now and ready to begin this delicious cocktail. A cocktail that we are calling the Santa Rita Crushtail. Why? Well, because a lot of you have been crushing on my...
Brad, what do we talk about?
What?
Seriously, dude. Come on.
Sorry. Yeah, now that Jeremy's running for president or something, I can't say certain things.
Give me a break.
Just learn how to use the bleeping machine next time, guys. I digress. Okay, the first step here is to create a handful of grapes. And to do that, we need to pluck some grapes. So... Now that we have that, we're going to toss that right into our jar. We are going to use 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, a couple leaves of mint. And with the mint, we're going to crush it up so you can kind of rip it up just to get started. You guys ready to get crushing? Well, not really, but let's muddle a bit. So if you don't have a muddler at home, just cry. So that's a great start, but now we need to have some fun with it. So we're going to add a shot of Lompoc, also known as vodka. So I'm using some really good sweet vermouth. I'm gonna do a half shot of sweet vermouth. Perfect. I'm adding a tiny dash of agave nectar, just a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna add some ice. Now, let the crushing begin. Okay. All right, so there's a couple of options here. You could totally strain this cocktail and then add some ice and do that. I like to use everything in there. I like to just chew on the cocktail. It gives me a little, I don't know, it's just fun. Why not? I have a crush on this cocktail. Can you tell? Well, it's a tail. Okay, so now that I've finished this, I'm a little shy of getting to the top. But the exciting part here is we've got some vintage, high quality, fresh, sparkling water from our friends at the Oh, this is a recent vintage. I'm so excited. Now, this is available at our local grocery outlet, and we're so grateful. Okay, the Santa Rita Crushtail. Stir it up just a little bit. And let your crush grow. Have a great day, folks.
Thank you so much, Brad.
That's great. What do we have next?
So you can totally make that into a mocktail too. Just obviously leave out the vodka and the vermouth. But that would be a fun mocktail with the crushed grapes. Those grapes were at, I think you said, or Brad said, the Routland Farmers Market, and they're delicious.
Gonna get some more this Sunday.
We had to do something with those.
So, all of you who have stuck around, you are in for a special treat. We have brand new music. Thank you, Jacob Cole, for connecting the dots and sending this over. And thank you to Anthony Salazar for agreeing to do this, for doing an intro video. This is incredibly talented music happening in our town, and we're so excited to share it with you guys.
Yeah, especially since we can't really get out too often and go see live music, but there will be live music again at Farmers Market this Sunday at the Routland Farmers Market from Jacob Cole, so that'll also be happening, but it's fun to actually have some semi-live music here. So with this group, and thank you to whoever filmed it, because it's really, really beautiful, but don't forget, these folks aren't being able to get out and go to gigs or play live venues and collect tips or anything like that. So remember, we're treating Venmo as the tip jar. So if you're willing or you like this music or you want to help these folks out, then just check that out when you see the video. And
offer your support.
Yep.
That would be incredible. Without further ado,
So
anything we got to mention for next week?
I think that's it. We just hope you guys all have an awesome
Yes.
weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. We so appreciate your support.
Absolutely.
If you have any ideas for future shows, please send them our way. Or if any sort of news or stories, please send it our way. We'd love to talk to you. So thank you guys so
Awesome.
much. Have a wonderful
great
weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Here's Anthony Salazar.
What's up, guys? My name is Anthony Salazar. I was born and raised in Lompoc, California. Went to Lompoc High, currently going to Allen Hancock College right now. And during this quarantine right now is allowing a lot of room for creativity and to make some beautiful music for everybody on this side. So I'm really happy to be able to share this song with you guys. Shout out to Good Morning Lompoc. Thank you for this amazing opportunity to get my music out there and to get more people to listen. Without further ado, here's Wondering.
Maybe you will never move forward. I wish we had more time for you to see. Drowning in this love till I'm lost at sea. Always had a knack for wandering.
Got back to my place, don't even know what to say. Everyone get out my way, cause I'm in a little too much pain. Or maybe it's just a mirage, and everything was a facade. And maybe you were just a fake, and maybe baby I was wrong. Man, what am I doing? It wasn't my fault. You were the one who took off, and branded me useless without any cause. Acting like I was the one who was lost, but baby it was you. And don't bother acting all surprised. If you were really meant to be my prize, why did you set it up for me to lose?
Maybe you will never move forward. I wish we had more time for you to see. Drowning in this love till I'm lost at sea. Always had a knack for wandering.
I've been going back and forth, I've been trying to figure it out. Got me thinking about the 4th of July where I started to doubt if we were gonna make it past the new year, but hey, look at us now. We separated, baby, we separated. Yeah. All of the pain you alleviated, all the stress I had elevated. I spent a long time hoping it was a dream, but when I woke up I was relegated. The feeling as if I was dumb, even though you were the one to succumb. The feeling that it was all hopeless, even though I was the one who tried to keep it all in focus.
Maybe you will never move forward. I wish we had more time for you to see. Drowning in this love till I'm lost at sea. Always had a knack for wandering. Drowning in this love till I'm wandering.